Chapter 476. His assistant smiled before he said, "Don't worry too much, Mr. Suki. I don't think anyone in Oris Hill will be able to respond so quickly. We'll take half an hour at most to reach the airport. After that, getting through the security check will be very quick for you since you'll be using the VIP passage. We should be able to take off within an hour. At that time, not even God will be able to stop us." Yan's Audi RS immediately drove away from Serene World Clinic and they headed on the expressway all the way to the airport immediately. They were planning to arrive at the airport as quickly as possible before they boarded the plane to return to China. Yan's excitement increased rapidly along the way. He repeatedly looked at the 3 magical pills before he muttered to himself, "The Suki family will be able to rely on this magical pill to stand up strong and powerful all over the world. At that time, I'll definitely become the chairman of Suki Pharma." The Audi RS whizzed all the way and arrived at Oris Airport very quickly. As soon as the car stopped at the entrance of the airport, Yan was about to get out of the car to rush into the airport at the fastest speed. However, as soon as he got out of the car, 10 off-road G-Wagon drove over before they surrounded his Audi RS. Very soon, 40 bodyguards dressed in black stepped out of the 10 cars. These people were all masters who had been carefully trained by Adam, and each of them had extraordinary strength and physique. Adam stepped out from one of the off-road G-Wagon before he looked coldly at Yan and said, "Mr. Suki, our young lord would like to invite you to come over for a chat." "Your young lord?" Yan asked nervously as he hid the magical pills in his pocket. "Who's your young lord? Do you know who I am?" "I am the vice chairman of Suki Pharma." Adam stretched out his hand and patted Yan on his face before he replied indifferently, "Suki Pharma is a Chinese company and we're in Oris Hill. Why are you pretending to be that great or powerful? China and Oris Hill are so far apart and separated by the seas. So, why are you trying to tell me who you are now?" Yan suddenly became very nervous. He did not know the reason why these people were trying to stop him. Was it because of the magical pills or was it because of something else? If it was really because of the magical pills, then he would really be in a very dangerous situation right now. After all, the other group of people looked very strong and capable. If they refused to let him go, he would definitely not be able to escape. However, if they were looking for him for some other reasons, then did that mean that he could still send the medicine back to China first? As he thought about this, Yan pretended to be calm as he asked, "Who's your young lord?" Adam replied lightly, "Mr. Suki, Suki Pharma has already plagiarized so many ancient Japanese prescriptions, so I guess your family probably has a good understanding of the situation in our country. Have you ever heard of the Anderson family from Westcliff?" The Anderson family? Yan was utterly shocked at this time. How could he possibly not hear of the Anderson family from Westcliff? After all, it was the most powerful family in this country and their family strength also ranked top in the world. Even the major conglomerates in China could not even be compared to the Anderson family, not to mention a family who was just running a small pharmaceutical company like himself. Yan panicked all of a sudden and he blurted out, "May I know why your young lord is looking for me?" Adam replied lightly, "If there's anything you need to find out, you'll know after you come with me." Yan asked nervously, "And if I refuse to come with you?" Adam smiled faintly before he took out a pistol from his pocket and said, "Since our young lord has instructed me to bring you to him, if I can't bring you there alive, then the least I could do is to bring your dead body to him." Yan was very worried, but he was even more concerned whether he could send the magical pills to China first. This was the key to laying his foundation in his family. As he thought about this, he asked tentatively, "May I go with you on my own so that my assistant can head back to China now? There are a lot of important things that he has to deal with." Adam laughed before he said generously, "Of course, everyone is allowed to leave except for you." Yan heaved a huge sigh of relief and he quietly handed the small wooden box over to his assistant. After that, he patted his shoulder gently before he said, "You should take the plane back to China first. Tell my father that I'm fine and that I'll go back and see him soon."